Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared.
And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show. My name is Anthony Parker. How a blind person cooks food alone. Today we're going to be talking with Alexandra. She is blind and she's going to be cooking for us today some fajitas. Yummy, yum. For our new viewers, I want you to make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share, like, and follow. The video is rather lengthy, and the reason why I put this entire video with no editing, because I just wanted to show the realness. I didn't want to have everything so pristine, so clean, so edited to where you probably don't believe that this person actually cooks. So we're going to show you the video in its entirety. She's going to be cooking some fajitas. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is how they are going to look.
For the Anthony Parker Show here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. Hopefully my foil didn't melt for the cheese. Oh, the cheese melted a bit, huh? Did it all melt?
Yes, look at that.
There you go. And there's my flour tortilla enchiladas. Thank you for having me. So I just make them, in the oven as opposed to serving them up, right out of the pan and rolling them onto a plate.
All right. And I'm quite sure you can cook. You can cook. Go ahead.
I do that because, instead of doing, one individual enchilada at a time, it takes me a minute to do that, to serve everyone up at the same time. So for me, rolling them and throwing them in the oven and pulling them out, it's easier, and we can all eat it at the same time.
Okay. Well, since you're going to cook that, and this is your show where you're going to show the people that, yes, blind people do cook. Before I go further, I want to thank your assistant. Give her a shout out.
My beautiful baby girls, my niece Sarah, she's the one helping hold the camera. So.
Okay. Well, how you doing, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I got to speak loud because we're long distance.
I know.
Well, without further ado, I'm going to give you the floor and allow you to cook your dish. And I'm going to sit back and listen, and you do your thing. Go ahead.
All right, sounds good. So I'm going to make some beef enchiladas, and right in front of me I got an onion that I'm going to cut up and saute with the meat once I get it cut up. So just grabbing a knife. Okay. So some people may wonder, yes, we do cry when we cut onions, so my eyes still work.
Good point. Good point. Now you have a knife in your hand. One might want to know. Well, she has a knife. How does she know the sharp edge from the dull edge, or what have you? Explain to them how you do that. How you determine
each edge. Well, I have them on a cut knife block, but usually I'll swipe my finger, kind of feel the ridge. So I'm kind of showing it on the camera. Just swipe my finger a little. For me, it works for me. With my disease, my sensation on my hands are a little diminished. So I can't read Braille anymore. Even though I can still feel, it's a little less sensation.
Okay.
So then I just have the knife, pointing down on the cutting board, my onion right up on it. And then I just kind of go up and I can just trace it to the tip of my finger, and then just slide one down. That's just what worked for me. I also have a chopper, but I don't have that out right now because, to be honest, I don't know where it's at. But those things work too for, anyone. It's just so convenient to have a chopper and not have to worry about all that.
Okay.
Get the right cut, I guess you'd say.
Okay. So right now you're cutting up your onion.
Yeah, cutting up. Just cut up a couple pieces. So then I just chop it up a little more. kind of get the outer layer out.
Okay.
I got my trash can.
Okay.
Keep
While
the
you
trash there by me at all times, so it's kind of on the counter. So I
Okay.
know what to for. So right now I just start chopping up my onion pieces that I have.
again, while you're doing that, we're speaking with Alexandra. She is making enchiladas, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, enchiladas, and she's chopping up her onion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how long does this dish normally take to make?
For me, probably maybe an hour, because I like to make sure I bake it right. And so I have my pan on the stove, and I'm gonna turn that on right now.
Okay.
And the way I feel when I turn my stove on is I'm a little more dangerous. So I'll put my hand up kind of by the side of the pot and burner, so I can have the right burner on. And then I just listen by the sound of the flame, how
high it is.
high it is.
Okay.
And I also have had my cast iron griddle going on in the background, so when I heat up my flour tortillas, that's already ready to go.
Okay.
Spray a little oil in my pan. I use the spray for the pan. I don't know if you can one.
Yeah, we okay. Now, how high does it have to be a certain temperature, or are you just spraying the pan in there right now?
I'm just spraying it in there, and I'm like a few inches. But again, it's just for me because I've been cooking for so long. I'm more comfortable with certain things. Some people may want to go a little further. And when I was spraying, I had my hand up kind of along the side, not touching the pan, but just so if I felt any spray go out,
Right.
I could tell. But I think I pretty much kept it all in the pan.
Okay. Now, while she's doing that, we're speaking again with Alexandra, and we're talking about how blind people cook food alone, and she's cooking some enchiladas. I love enchiladas. I love Mexican food, to be exact. I love it to be spicy. So, I mean, down here in Baton Rouge, in Louisiana, we get a lot of spicy food. So definitely,
That's right.
definitely, this is showing the world exactly the things that we can do. I mean, a lot of people probably wonder, well, how do blind people cook? Well, and Alexandra is definitely showing you how she is doing what she's doing. Go ahead.
So I got the onions in the pan, just kind of heating them up just a little bit. I got a spatula and just getting them warmed up. So when I throw my meat in, they're gonna have that flavor come out.
Mm-hmm.
How much onion would you say there's? Like maybe an eighth of a cup?
Yeah, just
So I
about.
think about like an eighth of a cup. I cut up the onion. And actually, I'm gonna be cooking quite a bit of meat here because once I told people I was making enchiladas, I got some orders in. So I got 4 batches I'm gonna cook tonight. But for the show, I'll just make one with you guys.
Okay.
Start charging.
I don't blame you. So Sarah, how have you've tasted her enchiladas before?
Oh yeah, my tia is the best cook I know.
Okay. Now, how much did she pay you to say that?
I meant it all from the heart, I promise.
I believe you. I believe you.
So I put the meat in, just rinsing my hands off, and I just kind of slid it from the tray the meat came in.
Okay. Now, what kind of meat are you using?
I'm using ground beef. I don't know what percentage it was.
73%.
73%.
Okay.
Lean, but I'll end up draining it anyways.
Okay.
So, got my spatula in my hand again. I'm gonna start breaking up the meat so I can start seasoning it. And actually season while I'm in the pan. Some people choose to season, in a bowl and then put it in the pan after you've seasoned your meat or marinated.
And tell the people what you use to season and do the marination.
So I'm gonna be using, I think it's called Pappy's meat seasoning, or
Something like that.
seasoning salt. So I like
okay.
it because it has some garlic. It has the different types of powders, chili powders, some nice pepper. I love pepper. So this one actually has some nice pepper, I guess bigger pepper chunks, you'd say.
Mhm.
Not so ground up. So just kind of not trying to break up my meat here. So I got 2 pounds cooking, and that's
Okay.
only because I'm going to be making 4 batches.
Okay.
But usually, I'd say a pound makes, if you're going to use a standard flour tortilla, I'll roll up about 10 tortillas with a pound of beef.
Okay.
I'm used to cooking for big families.
Let me see the spatula real quick. I think there's a paper under the meat.
Okay. And while you're doing that, how long does it take to actually fry the meat, or how long do you
Here, hold
fry it?
Let's see.
Oh, I can't get it hot. It's like right there.
Geez. Let's see.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. And if my husband isn't around, or if I don't got working eyeballs in the vicinity, I'll call Ira. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that technology.
Yes, I am.
So I'll call them and ask them, hey, how's the meat? What color is it looking? As long as I don't got no pink spots, then I'm good. Because it's going to cook extra in the oven anyways.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. See, that's another technique that blind folks use. So definitely, I appreciate you mentioning that. I did a segment on Ira, so I'm familiar with it, and quite sure my audience is as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're a great program.
Definitely. So you say you season your meat and you cook it for about maybe 10, 15 minutes to get it ready. You put it in the oven. Okay.
So I'm gonna start seasoning it now. And usually it's one of those, you just kind of season, mix it around, and if you're comfortable, like ground beef, I'm comfortable pinching and tasting. I won't do that with chicken, not raw chicken, but.
Okay. And that was going to be my question, because one might want to know, how do you know how much seasoning you put in your meat? So you answered that. Again, tell them how you do that.
Yeah, so I'll just season, and then I'll just pinch, the meat and see how it goes. Pinch and taste, and I'll do that like if I'm just cooking for me and the husband. Where I bake.
Okay.
But again, some people may just choose to marinate the meat, and also by the smell of it, my sensations have heightened. So being able to smell things, you get to learn. Yeah, you get to learn how much, what strength of the flavor is.
Right. Well, see, there's another thing, y'all. We use our senses to assist us in cooking and whatever, because I never would have thought about the tasting factor, but I definitely want to convey the fact that we do use our senses when we are cooking to determine if food is done or to determine if it's seasoned enough. So continue.
Yeah. And so when I was seasoning, I'll put my seasonings, sprinkle it around, but I also have my hand kind of tapping the end of the pan. So again, I know where I'm sprinkling the seasoning at.
Okay.
Again, that's for me because I've been cooking for so long, I can handle more heat, as opposed to some people that might have really sensitive fingers and can't.
Right. Well, I know I burn my.
I pulled out the. I was gonna say, just a minute ago, I pulled out the meat, the paper, but I forgot to take off the meat. I was able to pinch it, and my niece tried, and she couldn't because it was too hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been cooking enchiladas? For a long time, or was it something you just wanted to try?
Actually, I started this dish see my wooden spoons?
Not out here.
In high school, actually, I went to one of my friend's house. My friend Maria, and her mom made them, and I fell in love with them.
Okay.
And
Now, go ahead.
Been cooking them, yeah.
Wait, say it again. You did what?
I said, ever since she made that dish, I watched how she made them. I saw the seasoning she worked with, and kept making them from there.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna start. So I grabbed a wooden spoon so that I could flip my meat better.
Okay.
So I have a plastic spatula and a wooden spoon, and so what I'm doing is kind of scooping the meat with my spatula into the wooden spoon, and it kind of helps me, have a little more control of the meat, and I feel I'm flipping it more. Yeah.
So do you have to chop up the meat while it's in the skillet, or you just keep it?
Yeah,
like
because usually ground beef comes like pressed together.
Right.
So then you kind of just, with the spatula, just kind of press down on it, break it up. And then, with the fats, it's going to start breaking up anyways.
Okay.
And so I have my both hands in the pot, pretty much, one holding the wooden spoon and one with the spatula, just cooking it up. Okay. I think my flame is probably a medium low because of the sizzle. You kind of know if it's too high or too low because of how loud a sizzle is too. You could smell things that are burning.
Okay. And also, that's a good point, definitely. So there's another sense that we use our hearing and whatnot. So we're learning something. Have you ever told any of your sighted friends that you cook? And if you did, what was the response you got from them? Like, did they believe you, or they're like, oh, okay, cool?
Yeah, some people, I guess you'd say, are amazed. They think it's really cool that I can do something like that. I tell people I don't allow my husband to cook. He can't handle the knife.
Oh, really?
But he makes a mean peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I can tell you that.
Oh, I used to love those. So
right now that I got the meat, cooking here, I'm gonna go over to my cast iron griddle and start warming up my flour tortillas. Okay. So it's
all right.
Warm. It's been on for a while.
Okay, we're speaking with Alexandria, and she is you're totally blind?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and talking about how blind people cook food alone, and she is accompanied by her assistant who's filming her niece Sarah. Yes. And she's cooking some delicious enchiladas for us today.
And so what I'm doing, I'm just pretty much going to warm up the flour tortillas so that they roll better. So I got one going. Like I said, I'll just make enough for one batch. I got a few to cook, but for the Anthony Parker and for the girls here, I got Sarah's assistant too, her partner. Anita's also in the background.
Okay.
Scoping out how I cook things.
Okay. Now tell the audience again what you're doing.
I'm warming up my tortillas just so when I get ready to roll them, they're soft. Flour tortillas are pretty soft as is, but just so they roll better with the sauce, I'm warming them up on my cast iron griddle.
Okay. Now, are there certain tortillas that you use that won't break apart, or you just can get any kind?
He asked if you use a certain type of tortilla.
No, just I love a flour tortilla, so it's just any kind, a nice thick one, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
And if you're not into rolling enchiladas and you want to be quicker, you can make an enchilada loaf, and that's pretty much you'll use corn tortillas with that and just lay them out. And layer it, kind of like a lasagna, I guess you'd say.
Right. I think I've eaten the kind that were rolled up. I like those.
Yeah.
And in rolling up each tortilla, that takes what? I know it's time consuming, but how long does it take to roll up one tortilla?
maybe like a minute, just depending on how hot my meat is. Because by then I already have it in the enchilada sauce.
Okay.
And then I just kind of pinch and roll my tortilla.
Okay. Well, we can't wait so you can show us how you actually do a couple of them, and then we'll conclude in that, because I know they're gonna come out right, and I know it takes time to bake them. But this was very good, this episode here. But I want you to show them how you actually roll a couple of tortillas.
Oh, and actually, I need to preheat my oven. So, I gotta preheat my oven here, and on my oven, I have locator dots now.
Okay.
So what I have, and these dots are pretty much tactile stickers that you put on, and you could tell where, you have something where bake, on, off, up, down is. So I have bake, start, stop, and the up arrow
Okay.
marked so that I know I could turn my oven on.
Okay.
And it instantly turns on at 350. So I'm actually going to do that right now. So at this point, because I just marked them, I don't remember what bumps are which ones, I would call, Ira, ring.
Right. Okay.
And my agent would answer, and I would,
Get them to show you.
She would tell me what bumps are which ones. So
Okay.
I'm just going to, for now, we'll just say Sarah's my Ira agent.
Right.
And
So-
she'd say, thank you for calling Ira.
Thank you for calling Ira.
And how can I help you?
How can I help you?
And so I say, hey, I'm trying to turn on my oven. Can you tell me where the bake button is?
Sure. I don't know which one's bake. Is it the circle, the diamond, the square, or let's see. So I think it might be. Did he cover the bake? Bake and start. I don't know which one's which. I can't take the marker off either. I think this one actually. Hold on. Oh, got it. Oh, wait. Oh, all right. We got it.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
No, great demonstration.
Yeah. So that one's bake.
No, that one is start. Okay. That. What was your other button? You had bake, up, start, and what was the fourth button?
Clear. So I think
Clear.
that one's clear.
That one's clear. That one's start.
Okay.
And then if you go over to the left, all the way over to the left, all the way over to the left, all the way up, one more, over again. Right there, that's your bake button.
And then I need start.
And then all the way back over. And then your circle one is start.
All right.
I already preheated it and then turned off. It's good.
Oh, snap.
Okay, we got it.
Okay.
You get the
Okay.
idea.
Well, I have my Ira agent. I'd say, how's my meat looking? Is it pink?
You got a little bit of pink left in there, but most of it's brown.
Okay, so where would you say my pink is at?
The furthest to the left, maybe like an inch off of the corner.
So if you'd say we're doing like the clock method,
Okay.
11 o'clock.
Probably like 8 o'clock.
Around here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna get my meat, mix that up right now.
Okay, so when that happens right there, when you turn it over or you cook it a little longer, what do you do in that instance?
So I'm gonna get my spatula and my and I just turn it over a little.
Okay.
Okay, and then here I'd ask if I got it.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, so just let it cook for a couple minutes because most of my meat is pretty cooked up. I turned off my my cast iron griddle because I got my tortillas already warmed up. And
Okay.
now at this point, I'm gonna start prepping the enchilada sauce.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna make the sauce from scratch.
So you
I ain't
use
that
it. Mexican. It comes out of a bottle or?
Oh, I got a can. So here we have it's called Las Palmas. And we got medium. And so I'll open it up. I got a measuring bowl right in front of me. I'm gonna pour my enchilada sauce in the measuring bowl.
Okay. And you use the can opener to open it?
Yeah, a manual can opener. And it's working. So, woo! Oh, What you saying? I should get an automatic can opener, but I don't. I like to make things difficult. So I'm pouring my palma sauce in the
Bowl.
bowl, yeah.
Okay.
And it's maybe a 6 cup.
Yeah, it's a 6 cup measuring bowl.
Okay.
This is my enchilada.
You're at about 3.5 cups.
So that's how much?
I don't know, less than a quart. I don't know, just give me
You
ounces.
can read the ounces on the.
Other side? Yeah. This is liters or milliliters. A little less than a quart, though, I would say.
This is my tomato sauce. Okay, so
While
I
y'all-
also got a can
while
of tomato
y'all-
sauce.
Okay.
that
Say it
I
again.
put in.
Wait. Say it again about the tomato sauce. Oh,
I said I also got a can of tomato sauce.
okay.
Usually I'll get the small cans, but since I gotta make a lot, I got a, what is this, an 8 ounce? No, 12 ounce? No, 15 ounce can. Just to bring down the spice. Sorry,
Okay.
Anita.
Show them the can. Show the whole
I
can
showed
up.
him the can.
Okay, cool.
I turned my meat off.
Okay.
Then we got one more can of enchilada sauce.
Okay.
No, I love cooking. That's one thing I could tell you.
That's
As
good.
I was losing my vision, about every 3 months, I'd say I'd have a relapse, and something would either my vision or I had some temporary paralysis.
Mhm.
I kept myself in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate this again because I've been trying to find someone to show me to do just what you all are doing, so that people can actually see what how Black people actually cook for themselves and whatnot. Because there are a lot of sighted people who are quote unquote ignorant to the fact that they don't know what we can and cannot do, and that's the purpose of this show, to educate and inform.
Yep. So I'm kind of mixing it around here, and I'll throw it in the microwave for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Just to, and that was the enchilada sauce. I'll be throwing in the microwave for a couple minutes, just
Okay.
to get it warmed up a little. But I don't need it to be too hot because the meat will end up cooking it some more.
Is there a purpose for warming it, the enchilada sauce up, or are you just doing it just?
Just something I've always done.
Okay. Do you add any pepper or anything to it, or does it just have its own kick, right? Or enchilada supposed to be?
It has its own kick. Sometimes I'll add like crushed pepper,
Mhm.
and what I like to do is you order pizzas, you get those little packets of pepper.
Yes.
Just one is about a perfect serving, I guess you'd say.
Mhm.
So those are pretty helpful too.
Okay.
Saving your condiments because they
Well, you need to come to my house because I have a lot of the peppers and stuff, and the sauces and things of that nature. So you put it on in the microwave and have it on what, 2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
In and out.
Oh.
Now, Sarah, how many enchiladas can you eat?
Oh gosh, too many to count. Maybe not in one
Yes.
sitting, but I could eat my tia's enchiladas all day.
Oh, you drink anything with it, or you just eat the enchiladas?
Well, I eat the enchiladas, but I really like water. Water's my favorite drink, so
Okay.
nothing too exciting.
Oh, okay.
Tampico.
I do like Tampico for sure.
Say again.
I said I do like my Tampico sometimes too, and my tia's always got it.
Okay. And what's that? What is that?
It's like a sweeter Sunny D.
Okay.
And it comes in like different flavors, like fruit punch and strawberry and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so my oven just beat because it's done preheating. So we're right on schedule.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna end up straining my meat because of course it got all that grease. So what I have is a metal mixing bowl, and then I have a I also have a steamer. I don't know, like it's like a dish.
Right.
I have a steamer pot, so you can steam your vegetables. But what I like to do is put that in the bowl, and then I'll pour my meat inside, and so the grease goes down to the bottom, and the meat stays on top.
Okay.
So I'm putting the oil down the sink.
Okay.
If anyone else has any tips for me on how to drain your meat,
Y'all let her know. Put it in the comments, and I'll be sure to let you know.
All right, so I'm gonna scoop my meat in.
Now, can you cook other dishes as well too? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that? What's your favorite?
Trying to figure out what I was gonna cook for today. But yeah, I love Mexican cuisine. I recently got into trying to cook, making homemade corn tortillas. So that's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Husband got me a little tortilla press, so I love doing that.
Okay.
I love challenging myself, seeing what I can do. If it doesn't turn out, oh well, then at least I tried.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think I'm pretty good. I got skills.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Well, Sarah definitely, is in agreement with that. So I believe you.
My sister Via was actually just saying we should do a family cook-off. Just thought that'd be fun.
Now, with the cooking, has anyone showed you how, or you just got in the kitchen like you just said from the door and just did a lot of exploring yourself?
Let's see. I never I did some independent living skills, but they taught me how to use a crock pot. Just watching. I guess you'd say watching my grandma cook growing up, and then just trying it myself. I'll Google, I'll listen to the TV shows and stuff like that too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Google always helps, though. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, let the audience know what you're doing right there.
Okay. So right now I'm getting another measuring bowl because I'm gonna put my meat in it. A separate measuring bowl because I'm gonna put some meat and enchilada sauce together. I'm just rinsing it off. I rinse off my bowls because my house can get pretty dusty, and so my cupboards are just shelves. My dishes are just on shelves.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a 3-cup measuring bowl.
Okay.
I love using Pampered Chef. Their measuring bowls are pretty good. You can put in the microwave, bake with them and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Well, they're gonna send you the check in a few weeks.
I know. Everyone. So I'm gonna scoop some meat into my measuring cup here. So I would use my hands, but because for me it's not that hot. But I'd advise people with sensitive hands or newbies use a spoon. What do you call it? The scooping spoon. Ladles, yeah.
Okay.
So again, it's just me preference. Meat is hot because it's right out of the can, but it's draining. So let's see. I think okay. So I got maybe a cup, 2 cups.
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pour a little bit of the enchilada sauce in the, actually, it's a big bowl. You're able to use a ladle for that. So I'm gonna use a ladle to scoop some of the enchilada sauce with the meat.
I think that'll work.
So I'm just gonna do a few scoops, And that's again just so the meat can get the flavor.
Right.
And I have the bowls right next to each other. Yes, you'll get enchilada sauce, all over the place, but
that's all right. That's all right. That's what they made soap and water for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think I even got a white shirt on today, so the white pink.
It's white.
Because I'm daring like that. With the red enchilada sauce. So
Okay,
you don't do any cooking at all, Mr. Parker?
Yes, I do.
You do? What's your favorite cuisine?
Look at me being interviewed. My favorite, if I had a choice to pick anything, I love. Oh man, if it's Mexican, I love burritos, the steak burritos. But they're not the type that I get from Taco Bell. They're not the real steak burritos. I tried the one at a Mexican restaurant, and they were totally different. So I love when they have like a lot of meat in the burritos.
Oh,
I love
like an asada burrito? You like the beef burritos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mexican pizzas, or they call them taco pizzas down here.
Oh.
And so I do a little cooking like red beans and rice, things of that nature. What else?
You make jambalaya?
I don't. I just go to the little restaurant and get it from there. But that's a hard dish to make. I have been trying to get my mom to make it, but she's been reluctant about doing that.
I'll try to Google it. I'll make some. So
okay, well, when you email me some. Go ahead.
All right. So what I'm doing now is I'm scooping some enchilada sauce into my. I got some metal or foil baking dish. It's a small one. How big would you say that is? I threw the shape one. 8x8.
Yeah,
maybe 8x8. Because I got to make so many. So, just scooping some sauce in there because I'll put my tortilla and I'll actually soak my tortilla a little in the enchilada sauce. Flip it, and then I'll put my meat in the middle and roll it. So,
okay, definitely can't wait. We can't wait to see you do that.
Okay.
A little bit towards me. Other corner as well.
Maybe I should pour it.
There you go. No, that's perfect. You're covered in the bottom.
But the tortilla will soak it all up. So.
Gotcha.
But you know what? Maybe I might need my third hand. I'm gonna pour some in. I'm pouring some in now.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of eyed it. Okay. So now I'm getting my tortilla, and I'm just gonna open it up, put it in the enchilada sauce, get it a little wet, flip it around. And it may not be covered completely, but it's all right. And so now I'll pinch my meat here, and I'm gonna start lining it up so that I can roll it into a little a flauta, a little flute, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
A little taquito.
And what holds them together when you bake them?
Cheese.
Okay.
Well, and then you roll enough to fill up the tray. Then they don't unroll.
Oh, okay.
So I rolled it up. I put it to one side, and I'm gonna get another tortilla and just continue the process.
Okay.
And then.
So it's about two more of those, and then I was gonna conclude and ask you a question.
All righty.
So,
I'm doing one more here. Let's see.
Tell them again what you're doing.
I'm putting in my second one here now, getting some more meat in the tortilla. And I've done bean ones where you just roll, refried beans if you're not into meat. Sometimes I'll put olives. I love olives with my ground beef.
That sounds good.
Okay. Now again, you say you put cheese in it, or you put when does the cheese go?
On top.
Okay.
But yeah, if I have enough cheese, I'll roll a couple with cheese in the middle. It's pretty much what you want. You can make chicken enchiladas, you can make vegetable enchiladas. It's pretty much your preference. Don't be afraid to experiment.
Right.
That's what I could say. So I'm rolling my third one here.
Okay. Now, once you put them in the oven, how many goes in that pan right there?
Yeah. So
I think there'll probably be like 5 in this pan.
Okay, fine. And once you put them in the oven, how long do you bake them for?
so since this pan is smaller, I'll probably do half an hour at 350.
Okay.
And then just so it, heats up the meat a little more, make sure I get a little bit more cooked if it needs to be cooked. And then
and it bakes the
cheese. Yeah.
Okay. So you put the cheese on like after you finish rolling them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
what
type of cheese that you use?
I got a mild cheddar.
Okay.
And no brand. Let's see, I don't know what brand I got now. But
Joseph Farms.
Joseph Farms. So it's just one of those. I went to Foods for Less last night because it was a last minute shop. I think I went this morning.
Okay. Can you take one of those enchiladas and just for time conception, show us how you wrap the cheese on it? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that'll be at the end, and I'm almost there. It's pretty much just putting a top layer. Like if you're gonna do a pizza, you know what I mean? Just put the cheese right on top, all over the top.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm just about done. I got one more. And so now I'm out of room in my pan there for enchilada sauce. So I'm actually dip it in my bowl of enchilada sauce on the side of me.
Mm-hmm.
My last tortilla, because there's no more room here for me to try to get more sauce off of what's in there. I got it there. Put it on top. And if you have extra meat, once you're done rolling, I'll drizzle the meat right on top of the cheese.
Oh, yummy.
Just you don't let anything go to waste.
My mouth is watering over here.
And actually, I measured out just enough meat for my payment here. I'm paying Sarah in a batch of enchiladas. So kind of stuff it there. I'm going to rinse my hands off, and then we'll put some cheese right on top.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna ladle just a little bit of enchilada sauce right on top of my rolled up enchiladas, just so that they can have more to soak on. A nice little layer on top. Drizzle it right on top of the enchiladas before you put the cheese. More flavor. Okay, I'm kind of spreading it around with my fingers. My hands are washed.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, and I'm gonna go wash my hands so I can get the cheese.
I know you can't wait to taste them, Sarah.
No, I can't. It smells so good.
You stay in California also?
Yes.
Okay.
I live probably like 10 minutes from her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the weather right now while she's going to get
Today it's foggy. It's kind of windy and just a little bit chilly. We're probably in like the mid 60s.
Oh, make me
it's
jealous.
Like perfect over here right now. It's beautiful.
Make me jealous.
Yeah, we did have a heat wave yesterday. It got to 80 degrees here.
Oh man, it was like a couple of weeks ago. It was like 110 here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh man, yeah, it never gets that hot over here.
Yeah, it was hot. And again, what kind of cheese is that?
She got a mild cheddar cheese, shredded.
Okay.
The brand she got was Joseph Farms, but you said you don't ever use like a specific
I don't ever use a specific brand. And it's up to you if you want to shred your own cheese.
Okay.
Buy shredded cheese. It's one of those. How much work you want to put into it.
Right.
So I'm going to open my sleeve up here. Let me get some scissors. I thought I was the Hulk. Couldn't rip it open. Working. Yeah. I'm lefty, so I'm always trying to figure out things. So I do things backwards.
Mm-hmm.
You're left-handed?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first. On the Anthony Parker Show.
Yes, thank you for that tidbit of information.
All right, so now I'm gonna get that cheese. Then moving my bowl away from here. I had my bowl next to my enchiladas. I'm gonna get my cheese right next to the enchilada dish. Wonder how well this cheese is gonna melt. So I'm kind of fingering the end here of the tray to see where I gotta put some cheese on.
Okay.
And
you lay it on top? You put it on top? Okay.
Let's see. How am I doing?
Doing good. I think you've dropped one shred.
Oh, no. No. Oh, that's all.
And once you finish that, what's the next step? You just put them in the oven?
And then I'll cover it with some foil and then just throw it in the oven and relax.
Okay. Well, keep on doing that while I do the conclusion. Okay. You heard me, Sarah?
Actually, I'm gonna have Sarah help me put a little bit of cheese on because I got some enchilada on my fingertips and I don't want to get it in the bag again.
Okay.
I'd usually have James help, or we had a foster daughter for a while, and that was fun teaching her how to cook.
Okay.
So she was always my extra set of hands.
Okay. Well, while y'all doing that, just keep on doing that and filming it, and I'm gonna do my conclusion, and I'm gonna get you to say something. We're gonna
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for checking out the Parker Daniels Show, and I want to thank my guest Alexandra and her assistant Sarah for filming this and showing everyone how blind people cook. So y'all see it firsthand on the Parker Daniels Show. So with that being said, I would like for you all to continue to subscribe to the Parker Daniels Show. Make sure you hit that notification bell because you're gonna get interviews like this. You're gonna get stories, interesting things that you can just kick back and relax and see how we as blind people do what we do. So with that being said, in your native language, either one of you, I would like for y'all to say thanks for subscribing to the Parker Daniels Show. Go.
Okay, so I don't know how to subscribe, pero muchas gracias para ver este video. Por favor, subscribe to al Anthony Parker Show.
Okay, thanks a great deal, and I'm gonna get back with you with the other situation. Again, thanks Sarah for filming it for us, and thank you Alexandria, and I hope y'all enjoy y'all food this evening.
We just finished in the oven. They're in the oven, and I'll send you a picture.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be